Welcome to the Din and Don Show. I'm Din.
And I'm Don, and we're here for some fun. So,
we've got an interesting one.
We do have an interesting one. I'm pumped now. We just filmed the episode on Stranger Things, so if I seem tired, that's my bad. It's kind of been a long day. But we're going to talk about something different. We're going back to Avatar: The Last Airbender. Give the intro!
And done. Okay.
You know, it really sucks because there's no music coming down from heaven right now. I wished it was. But I apologize if I sound echoey. I'm pumped.
No, it's okay. Like, we are actually really pumped about this video.
Yeah.
We've actually been talking about this specific video for a long time.
And it's been one of the main topics we've had for a while. And we're just going to talk about how long we've been talking about it this whole time. We're not going to tell you what the topic is at all. We're just going to keep talking about it. So
yeah, this is going to be the entire video. We're just going to keep talking about it. And
do you think we're talking too much?
Nah.
The topic of today's video is lava bending.
And that's probably one of the things that, and you may think like, wait a minute, it's just lava bending, but hear us out. So, like, I would say let's have you take it away, because I feel like you brought this. You were the one that brought it up.
I'm the one that makes us stink about it. So, fast forward past Avatar, go to 2010? I don't remember. Editing Din. When did Legend of Korra come out? Put it down here. Thank you. So when Legend of Korra came out, there's a character named Bolin who is an earthbender, and he learns how to lava bend. And you also meet another character who's able to lava bend. They're earthbenders. They're not firebenders. That's the weird thing. But they are able to heat the rock up to such a certain temperature that creates lava bending.
Well, I wouldn't say they would be able to heat it. I feel like at that point what they're trying to do is they're moving the rock so quickly enough that it starts to become lava at that point.
And that could be it too.
Because that's really all it is at that point.
That's the physics, biology, chemistry, whatever science that's under. Yeah, that's a good way to explain it. We don't know how it works. I ain't no scientist. The reason why I bring a stink up about it is because they make it sound like lava bending is such a rare niche. It's not a typical bending style. But yet in Avatar, The Last Airbender with Aang, you see times where avatars are able to bend lava. They can make volcanoes erupt on their own. You see the episode where Sozin and Roku are
literally fighting a volcano.
Yeah, they're fighting a volcano. Iroh is able to stop the lava from flowing. Sozin's able to direct the heat out of the lava.
But I would say let's back up a little bit right from there, because that's in the third season, right?
That is in the third season.
But the first time you see is actually Avatar Roku. It's in the
winter solstice.
Yeah, the winter solstice in the Fire Nation temple. And he makes this motion, and he's literally melting everything and making lava spout up. Now the question, one of the questions we had is that literally him lava bending, or is that him actually just letting the volcano start to erupt at that point?
Who knows? We don't know what.
Comment down below. Let us know what you think.
And we've done very minor research on lava bending. I think your wife shared a couple things about it with us.
Yeah.
But we're kind of just basing our own opinions on it. If you want us to talk about it again and actually do our research, which we probably should do in general. But these are just our general thoughts on lava bending. Now, my opinion, just to begin with, lava, magma, whatever, is Earth. Why why can't any earthbender bend lava?
Which you make a really good point. You really do, because I took a geology class last semester, and I actually learned lava is actually a solid. It's not in the liquid. It's not in the liquid class at all. It's literally a viscous solid.
Definition of viscous down here.
And so, which is mind-boggling, because I always thought it was a liquid, but it's actually a solid. But it's literally heated up so much that obviously if you stick your hand in it, it just melts your hand entirely.
Right.
But that's probably the thing that like makes my mind just kind of blow at the same time, because it's a solid, but it makes at the same time possible for the earthbenders to bend it.
Yeah, and so why is it only a few can really bend lava? I mean, it makes sense with like Toph and the metal benders, because metal is it's refined metal, and it has like pieces. I guess how they explain it in the show is that there's like pieces of earth still left in it. And that would make sense to why it'd be harder to bend there. But it's still, magma lava is still a naturally occurring. It's still an element of Earth. It's just superheated because it's from the center of the Earth. Now the other thing too is, like we talked about, is lava bending only a trait that can be held between lava benders, of course, because they introduced that,
Right.
and then the Avatar.
Yeah.
Because the only times really in Last Airbender, the only times you ever see them bend lava is when the Avatar is around. And there's still kind of a gray area from the story. I know I'm bringing it back to when Avatar Roku and Sozin, Fire Lord Sozin, were fighting the volcano.
Oh, you're talking about the steam?
Yeah, there's the steam. And I mean, they're fighting the volcano, and I guess you really don't see Sozin bend lava, but you see him bend heat. He's able to take the heat out of the erupting volcano, out of the lava, and then redirect it out of his fingers, kind of like the whole lightning thing. I know you can't see this hand, but it's like this. and so that makes me wonder. It's just like, okay, well, if he can bend the heat out of lava, then why couldn't a firebender bend lava as well?
No, he makes a really good point at that point. I feel like at that point they should be able to. Because I was actually looking at this chart. I'll put this chart right here. It showed the 4 nations, what they can bend, and then there was actually middle grounds.
Really? You'll have to show me this. I haven't seen this yet.
No, it's a really good one. In fact, actually, you could probably look it up.
I'm going off camera for a minute. Don't mind.
Sorry.
Here's me for the main time being.
But what I'll do is I'll try and describe it, and it actually showed these middle grounds, and in between fire and earth, it was lava, specifically lava bending, and there's a couple other things where it was specifically, but there was so many in betweens that it makes me wonder: are there other bending styles that we've never heard of at that point? Because, like, for example, you and I were actually talking about the storm bending, for example.
Yeah, and so we have this theory that I can't find the. Well, he's talking about that. We also talked that we think that every single bending style, every single bending nation has their own kind of elect or special bending power. So, like, if lava bending is only directed toward Earth people. Or to Earth people, we're Earth people, to Earthbenders, then Earthbenders, they can have the specialties of lava bending and lava bending. Did I say that twice? Metal bending and lava bending,
so
whatever.
Here's what it was right there.
Okay. So then they kind of agree with us. So then we also, with water bending, one of the biggest, coolest episodes, creepiest episodes, is when Katara learns blood bending, being able to use the water in the blood and in the body to manipulate people to do their bidding. And then they also have on this map, and we'll have right here, wherever it is, I guess would be right here.
I just had a thought at that point.
It's plant bending. Hold on. Blood bending, plant bending, because they can control water and objects. Okay, what's your thought?
I was thinking about this. So our bodies are made of 70% water, right? Approximately.
Right.
And that's how they get blood bending, right? So in that case, a lot of our body uses oxygen. You see where I'm going with this? No. Not that waterbenders can bend oxygen, but could actually airbenders actually do puppeteering as well?
As controlling air inside people?
In controlling air inside people, or would you be more along the lines of sucking the air out of somebody?
I don't. Well, and that's a hard thing, because I feel like I don't think they would be able to control people. they might be able to like maybe like a ghost pushes like how like in like poltergeists and ghosts how they like can push people and maybe manipulate people in that way. But I don't think that they could force the air inside somebody to do something. I think they can.
You'd need more of it.
I think you need more of it. They can take the air out, but I think air is just it's such a free flowing. It doesn't have shape. It doesn't have form. In the sense of like how Earth has a certain form and water has a certain form. It's just a gas. Air is just kind of a gas. It's just moving. So I think that they can't really necessarily control it like that. They can just manipulate where it goes. I think is a better way, in my opinion, to explain airbending. But hold on to that thought. Maybe we'll come back to that.
Yeah, no, comment down below. Like, I want to know your guys' opinion, because like, or maybe expound on my idea, because I don't want to necessarily say like, oh, because we all have air in us, because technically we do. That we'll be able to. Like they'll be able to control us at that point, or control this person. I really would love to know your opinions. Comment down below, because this is definitely just an idea that I thought of immediately. Now, I am totally willing to stand up and say, yes, I'm wrong, because it's just an idea.
Yeah, we're both willing to say we're wrong. What I find interesting, though, and then this map, if it's still there, bring it back up, is that lightning bending, it's not considered kind of like a specialty one, but I guess these are like crossovers, so I guess I am kind of saying what I'm thinking. I never would have thought sand bending was a specialty, but I think that's just because sand's not an easy element to control.
No, it's not an easy element to control.
But Toph learns how to control it, though.
Yes, she does.
So it's more like a practice thing. It's not like metal where it's not like metal where only a select few people can metal bend. So. But anyway, one thing that we did talk about is that each nation has their own, or each bending style has its own like super bending, like powerful bending.
For example, you have the lightning bending, lava bending,
and then metal bending with
metal bending,
blood bending.
But
you don't really hear anything about air bending, like what their special power is or what their special bending is. And one thing we talked about is, what if there's storm bending? Then there is a reference, I don't remember what season it is, but where Aang says, if only I could bend a typhoon so that we could change this or something. I don't remember specifically.
Yeah, there was something specifically that he was talking about that. I was like, I wish I could bend a typhoon or a hurricane or something like that.
And then, or I think it was a hurricane, or there was hurricane bending. That was another thing we thought of. But I mean, why not? I mean,
no, that you really put it on a good point, because like I feel like at least the Avatar could do that,
right?
Considering, I mean, you had that, for example, that very very specific episode where they're showing how each Avatar had its own special trick or thing, where like for example, like one of the Avatar Kyoshi was raising those giant statues, and then the Airbender was just like did that little move, and then it is into the entire forest.
Avatar Yang Chen or whatever her name was.
But yeah, I feel like at that point, at least the Avatar could do it.
Right.
But like because I feel I honestly think Airbenders could do it, because literally the only way to get a storm is for a high pressure and a low pressure area to come together and crash together, and that's literally what a storm is at that point, especially a tornado.
Yeah, and we've seen Aang bend tornadoes before,
right?
And so why not? Why couldn't he make a hurricane or a typhoon? So it's just kind of something interesting to think about that I wish we could have seen more of. And there might be some in like the Avatar comics. I don't know. I haven't read them.
Neither have I. And I really want. I don't think it's gonna happen. At least not for a while. Another season or at least not another season, but another series of Avatar. And I want them to push the boundaries even further.
With the bending,
not so outlandish, but like completely realistic. But like maybe pushing them, like for example, why don't we have a waterbender and an airbender come together and make a storm at that point?
Yeah, I mean we've already seen cloud bending.
Yeah,
and so cloud bending is you bend a big enough cloud and add water to it, it's going to rain eventually. So why not? Anyway, back to lava bending.
That was a tangent.
Yeah, very large tangent. Sorry about that. We'll let's put a skip marker to that. Let's have a skip edit to there. If you want to get past our tangent, you can go straight to right here. So, and now we're back. Welcome. So, and lava bending, it's so weird to me because, I would think that, and lava is it's kind of like a mix in between. It's like, okay, you can either, firebenders maybe could bend lava because it's lava is like fire earth, and earthbender, it's like I said before, earthbenders shouldn't not be able to say that. They should be able to bend lava because lava is just earth. But I don't know. And it's something interesting. And it's like, why is it only a select few? And we came down to...
we kind of came... At that point, we kind of came down to a hypothesis at this point, which was... We noticed that, obviously, Bolin, his mother and father was an earthbender and a firebender at that point.
Well, I don't think their mother was an earthbender, but she was from the Earth Kingdom.
At least.
Yeah, but their father
was definitely a firebender.
Yeah, and what's funny is that Mako, he became the firebender.
Right. And
what's interesting too is that, and we'll get this into Korra eventually when we start talking about Korra eventually. Words. But he's a lightning bender, and lightning bending is not so.
It's not easy.
It's not easy, but it's more common now because they're the ones powering electricity. But Bolin, he's the earthbender. And what we kind of came to the conclusion is that because their father was a firebender and their mother was from the Earth Kingdom and probably has some sort of like earthbending blood in her.
Yeah, I would say she would have to.
Yeah, that when they mixed together, when they had kids together, Bolin had the ability to lava bend, and that the only way to do that, or the only way that earthbenders can maybe get that, or maybe even firebenders too, is because they have parents from different bending styles.
And that's kind of how we got to it, because we initially came from the Avatar. It was like, well, why can't the Avatar do that? And we were thinking, well, it makes sense because they can control fire and earth at the same time, and that's basically throwing fire and earth together. You basically get lava at that point. So we kind of went ahead and was like, well, if that's the case, the normal benders do that. And we're thinking about the father and mother come together from two different nations, and their kid is able to do that at that point. That's kind of how we came to that conclusion. Comment down below and hit a like if you think that's...
If you like our hypothesis or think it's junk, let us know.
Yeah, no, seriously, let us know. Comment down below. We really want to know your opinion about this, because
this is something we've been arguing about for months now. And it drives me freaking insane every time thinking about it. I don't know why. But anyway, that's just kind of our hypothesis. Thank you for watching it. Hopefully this was a different kind of video. It's a shorter video. We hope you like it. If you want to hear more conversations about bending and like the specifics of bending and what we think about it, comment down below, give us suggestions, let us know what we can improve on in these videos to make them more entertaining for you guys. And if you'd like to, please subscribe. It'll help us make more videos. It'll help us spread the love. But until next time, I'm Don.
And I'm Din.
And we are here for the win.